Hello everyone, Brent Toderian here answering another of your questions using hashtag questions for Toderian. This time you've given me a tough one. There are voices out there that are attacking the notion that density is good for cities, that public transit is good for cities during the coronavirus pandemic that we're all facing together. It's understandable that this conversation would be happening. Urban crowding of people close together for whatever reason, not density, but urban crowding, adds to the risk of viral spread during a pandemic. Crowded buses and trains, if everyone is jammed together, adds to the risk of viral spread during a pandemic. And that's why those issues of crowding, not density, but crowding, are being addressed through the emergency management strategies that every city in the world is implementing. But it's critically important to remember that denser cities than ours have been weathering the pandemic better than our cities have, showing that density on its own is not an element of increased risk for viral spread in a pandemic. And it's also incredibly important to remember that the crises that we were facing before this pandemic and are still going to be facing after this pandemic, the affordability crisis, the infrastructure cost crisis, the public health crisis relating to preventable diseases tied to how we design our cities and suburbs around the car, and yes, the climate crisis, all these crises badly require smart strategic densification strategies and public transit strategies that we can't afford to let get derailed because of this pandemic. Or we will face bigger issues, bigger challenges moving forward than even the challenge that we're all facing together right now. It is true that we badly need to expand and ratchet up the conversation about how to do density better, because frankly, we often don't do density particularly well. We often don't design and implement our public transit systems particularly well. So the conversation around what I call density done well needs to be significantly increased and improved. But that won't happen, that can't happen if we let the conversation around density and public transit be derailed by this pandemic. We have to push back on that. Thank you and good luck out there.